Hey, you're listening to the Feather and Bone podcast. Two witches talking about everything witchy and nothing at all.
It's like you were throwing a gang sign at me.
I did too. Dose. So,
I was just bitching about the IRS because you're supposed to know this PIN number to be able to file electronically. And I don't know anybody that can remember their PIN number.
Yeah, and I don't think they allow it to be your social, the last four of your social.
No, it's not even 4 numbers. It's 5.
Yeah. I don't know.
And then you have to mail your shit in. I don't know. I was just bitching.
So it's been a hot minute since we've had a podcast up. What do you think it's been like? Maybe like a month, maybe 3 or 4 weeks since we've put one up.
You know, I don't even know.
It's been quite a bit.
All I know is that I was scrolling through Facebook, and all of a sudden in our group, I saw you put an announcement.
Yeah.
Guys, we're taking a break from the podcast. And I'm like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
Well, and because I've been dealing with depression. I'm a lot better now.
You have seasonal depression too.
Well, I do, and we've talked about that on podcasts before too.
So she's had the seasonal and
like just real depression.
Yeah.
Like, it got to the point where
I was going to put you in the hospital.
She was legit trying to find a way to commit me without me losing my social work license.
I'm like, I'm not stronger than her. How can I wrangle her?
Yeah.
And get her to the hospital.
And I was like, well, first of all, I wouldn't lose my license for being mentally ill. That's not how that works. 2, they couldn't hold me.
Yeah, they could.
No, because I wasn't suicidal. I was having thoughts.
Are we going to have this retarded discussion again?
I was having thoughts of suicide, but I was not suicidal.
Having thoughts of suicide means something's wrong.
Well, and I agreed with you, and
That's
I got
not
some
normal.
medication. I went on. I'm taking St. John's wort.
That St. John's wort works for you like crazy.
It does, and then I added passion flower because it's worse than normal. And then one of the nurses at my job told me that folic acid every day can help as well. So that's what I've been taking, and I'm doing a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, you are.
Like a hell of a lot better. But I mean, like it got like, and I remember the day my phone, because we have that app where we can track each other with GPS because of what we used to work together.
Yeah, and then we kept it too so we can keep track of my teenager
And your husband.
Yeah. Not because he's doing anything wrong.
No, it's just because he never communicates with her. Like,
Yeah.
Because he works, a good hour and a half away from your house.
Yeah.
And with his job, like, you never know when he's going to start coming home.
Right.
And a lot of times, like, you'll wake up early so that when he gets home early in the morning, you could go back to bed with him.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't want to go back to bed and then be awake when I want to lay down and actually sleep with my husband.
I get so pissed.
But he won't tell you he's coming or not. So, like, the only way for you to know is just to track him on the app.
Yeah.
But somehow, and I swear to Christ, and I know that doesn't mean much.
It means nothing!
I swear that I didn't turn off my location. But you checked on it, because you hadn't heard from me.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, I'm just going to look at the app. Just make sure, because, if I'm home or work, that's the only 2 places that I should be. And then I wasn't, like, it wasn't showing my location.
It told me, it says, Beverly has turned off her location. And I was like, oh, that bitch!
But I didn't do it. I don't know how that happened. Because, when you texted me, I immediately said, I'm at home, and then turned it on so that you could see that I was home. But
I was like...
You had a moment. Yeah. I mean, we're laughing about it now, but, like...
I had a moment.
During I'd say it was about 2 weeks.
Because I have a house key.
Yeah. And my security alarm.
I have the app on my phone.
Yeah. She has a key to my car, my house, and she knows the security alarm code. So...
Yeah. I can disarm it
on
the phone.
Yeah.
While driving to your house.
Yeah.
So I can just tuck and roll and run inside.
But there was 2 weeks there, I think, where, like, you were really worried. Mm-hmm. And I was not helpful with your worry.
No, you were not.
But I did talk to my doctor too. Like
she gave you the same look I did.
She did give me the same look that you gave me, and she did kind of agree with you, but I was getting better at that point, so she was like, okay.
She kind of agreed with me.
Yeah, she kind of is like, Bev's gonna do what she's gonna do, but like your friend's right. But I'm better now. Well, I mean,
you're better.
I'm better. I'm getting there. I still have a little bit of my.
You've reached your normal level of depression.
Yeah. Things have equalized. Things have equalized.
This is your normal level of sadness.
Yeah. This is just me as a person, as a Cancer.
You're always like this.
Yeah. So that's why we've been away. Okay. And the reason he was like, are you sure you want to tell him, and my thing is like, I will say it now because I'm better, but like, you really do need to seek help. Like if you're feeling bad, I did express to you things were bad. Mm-hmm. I, talked to Chris, our friend Chris, mm-hmm. and, having someone that I could talk to and that would help me flesh it out, I would say that my reasons for not hurting myself were way more than my reasons for hurting myself. And to me, that's the difference. And like the biggest one was thinking like that you would be the one that would find me dead.
I'd be so mad at you.
I know you would be.
I'd have probably kicked your body.
What are you smelling?
I don't want to say.
Because I have is it air freshener or does it
No.
smell bad? Oh, one of the cats probably took a dump. When you have pets, it happens. Is it cat poop smell? Yeah. Wow, it must be strong because that litter box is all the way in the bathroom.
And you just changed it like fresh litter and everything.
Yeah. Anyway.
Probably the one that doesn't cover it up.
Tapera. She's just like, deal with it.
She's like, look at my shit.
Yeah.
Look at it.
So, but, if, you do need to talk to somebody, and I at least knew that I needed to, try something. And that's why I started taking the supplements. And if that hadn't worked, I would have, went and seen someone like you wanted me to do to begin with.
I was on prescription anxiety and depression meds for years.
Yeah.
And, counseling and all that stuff. But it seems like EFT, that emotional tapping I do.
Yeah.
For me personally, oh my God. It's a life changer. Maybe it's why I have no emotions anymore.
Yeah. You've tapped them away. We're going down the road to court and you're over there tapping your fucking forehead. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And you're like, just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Anyway. You do need to, like, I don't care how you do it, but, like, you should talk to somebody, like, you wanted me to immediately go to therapy.
Yeah.
And I've been through that, and I don't want to do it anymore.
Your dog's agreeing with me.
So I went to,
I'm one of those people I love. I've met other people that absolutely love therapy. Like, they don't even have a diagnosis with anything, and they'll go to therapy.
Yeah. See, I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But get on some medicine, whether it's by a doctor or supplements.
What is she doing?
I don't know, because I can't see her.
You
probably
like a snorting bull.
You'd probably be able to see her better than I could if you lean up over.
Nah.
But do seek help, guys. And if you're suffering with depression, like, it's okay to step back from things that you may consider a responsibility or a duty to take care of yourself. And that's what I did with the podcast. There was no way I was going to be able to sit here with you and do the podcast and have it be like it normally is with us talking and laughing. And
well, we tried to do one.
We did.
And I was like, hit pause. And you hit pause, and I'm like, this isn't happening.
Yeah. So,
Because I was trying to engage you in conversation. You're just sitting there just like, yeah.
Yeah,
sure. Oh, you're going to look. Is she sleeping?
No, she's sitting up there looking at us.
Oh, speaking of dogs,
Mm-hmm.
So, I have the Mastador.
Yes.
Mastiff Lab Mix. Well, at the old house we lived in, we never, for 7 years, never had to trim his nails. Because the sidewalk and stuff he was always running on kept his nails rubbed down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for some reason, the driveway at this new house, he's not getting his nails worn down. And I noticed he has this fucked up, one claw's fucked up. It grows out of the top of his foot and then curls down around. It's really weird. It's bizarre as fuck. I have no explanation. He's retarded. I don't know. But anyway, so I went and you tried to hold him down and comfort him so I could trim his nails. Wasn't happening.
Yeah, and normally he loves me.
Oh, yeah.
And I can do anything. Like,
you could pull a tooth and he wouldn't care.
Like, I'll even, rest my feet on top of him like he's an ottoman or something. Yeah. Like, he does not care.
Yeah. And he's a big boy.
Yeah.
And so we saw that wasn't happening. So I made my husband take him, my daughter and my husband, took Boomer to the vet to get his nails trimmed. Because it's only $10. No biggie.
Yeah.
So my husband, who's normally gone all the time at work, clearly doesn't know the dog.
As well as he thinks.
Because my daughter, Boomer, I say, he is not a small animal.
No, he probably weighs every bit of 100 pounds.
Oh, yeah, at least.
Yeah, 95 to 100 pounds. Mm-hmm. He's a big dog.
And so they walk into the room. It's my daughter, my husband, the vet, and one little assistant person. And my daughter goes, "This isn't going to work. He will bite you." And my husband goes, "Oh, no, he won't. Oh, no." No. Well, guess what? They ended up having to have 4 adults, laying on top of that dog in the floor to hold him down. And he was still biting people. So then they put a muzzle on him. He got out of the muzzle and was biting people. So they had 4 adults on the dog and my husband holding the muzzle, pulling on it to keep it on his face.
Yeah. Like
he's in some rodeo or some shit. To get the damn dog's nails trimmed. And my daughter's just standing there like, "Told you."
It's just like, I tried to warn you.
So Boomer's been all about me because I didn't go.
Because you knew, because he holds grudges.
He does.
Yeah.
And I didn't want him mad at me. And I couldn't stand the thought of going and seeing him scared.
Yeah.
Out of all the things for him to be afraid of, it's nail clippers.
Yeah. He's like, "I will eat a human being." But let those nail clippers come out and I'm terrified.
So that's the big adventure that happened at my house.
Yeah.
In the past few days.
Yeah.
And so now my husband, he had to admit. Now this is monumental.
Because he never admits anything.
I know. He had to admit that Madison and I were right. That the dog would bite.
Your husband, this is the this is how much he will not admit to something. He was leaving to go to the library to fax something. And you were like, "They're not open yet."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, they are. It's the library." And he got in his car and left, right? So he comes back and says, "Yeah, they were closed." He admitted it at that point, right? Mm-hmm. Well, then you and I had been talking about something a little bit later. Someone left some weird, note on your windshield. And I thought maybe it was your husband. So I was checking the app that we use to keep...
GPS app.
The GPS app to keep track of each other. And, because it'll show you trips that they've made. Mm-hmm. Well, that morning he said he was going to the library. He just went as far as the gas station down the road.
2 minutes from my house.
And then come back. So, he couldn't even be like, "Okay, I'm going to give it to her." He's like, "I'm going to pretend like I'm leaving and find out for myself." Even though I know she's right. Why? And he has a big truck.
He does.
Why would you even, Yeah,
so the note on my car.
Yeah. That's kind of freaky. I'm hoping that you know who it is.
I'm not worried.
Well, okay. It's creepy, though.
I'm always armed.
Well, there's that.
I'd be the only thing that would make me hesitate if somebody was trying to climb in my car, which blade?
Yeah. I still say you bring out the blade of freedom.
I like my blade of freedom.
Yeah.
Whatcha?
Yeah. Trump.
As I'm stabbing, go, America.
You know, like when you throw like an axe or something, it's like thump instead of like trump. Trump.
Yeah, I don't know who it was. It was probably somebody I know. I'm friends with the assistant manager at that store. Oh, but the note. There was a note on my windshield when I came out of the store. What did it say? Something like, I've got my eye on you.
Yeah.
Or I'm watching you.
I'm watching you, something like that.
Yeah. But I think it was my friend that's the assistant manager, which is a guy, and he's really big. He's like taller than you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He's 50, almost 53. He was born on Valentine's Day. So he's an Aquarius.
Is he good looking?
Yeah.
I don't care. Equal opportunity. Anyway. Remember back in like the 90s when you would like,
yeah,
we would get in trouble for doing that in school.
Suck it.
Yeah, the suck it like X.
Like X-Pac.
Yeah.
Triple H.
Yeah, we get in trouble for doing that in school.
DX.
Every now and then we talk about things that kind of remind us that we're not the same age. You know, and this is one of those.
Well, I found a meme for you.
Because I was in 1996, I was a freshman in high school.
What year were you born in?
81.
Oh, so the meme barely applies to you. I meant to send it to you and put it on your timeline. It says, I love listening to early 80s music. It reminds me of the good old days when I wasn't alive. I need to somehow change it to 70s music.
Yeah.
But it still wouldn't apply to me. I need to put 60s.
60s. And you do like some music from the 60s.
I like old rock, classic rock.
Yeah. So, I don't know if people have noticed, but there is a little bit of a difference in the sound quality and everything today because we're in my house instead of at your house. Like, you can hear my dog back there in her crate. You know.
It's because my life is over.
We're going to be recording here for a little bit until...
My life is over as we know it.
It really is.
People, you and I have a lot of discussions about this. Most women, I can't even generalize and say most because I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
All the women I know that are married or have kids love having a house full of people, doing mom stuff, having their husband around. It's like they love giving up themselves.
Yeah.
To take care of others. Well, I don't.
Yeah. You're like, bitch needs alone time.
I get angry. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I'm getting pissed. You need to talk about it.
Okay.
Just talking about it.
Because, for a long time, your daughter lived with her dad.
Yeah.
Because he lived in a better school district.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then they built good schools here in our area,
mm-hmm.
and she's turned old enough where she's like, okay, I want to live with mom. So that decision was made. So there was an adjustment there for that too, because you went from like just having like you.
I was weekend parent.
Just a weekend parent. So now you're like all the time parent. She doesn't
go to her dad. She hasn't been to her dad's in over a year.
Yeah, over a year now. She hasn't even like laid eyes on her father.
No.
In over a year. So, that was a big adjustment.
Yeah.
You going from, but she's your daughter. You dealt with it a lot better than you're dealing with this current situation. So her husband
because my daughter likes to be left the fuck alone.
Yeah. Your daughter, she's like, she'll barely open her door. Like if you knock on her door.
You just see an eyeball pop
She's
out.
like, what?
Both of my kids are like me. They're like, leave me alone.
Yeah, because your son does, because he lives there as well.
You don't even see him.
But there might be a whole month where you don't see him. Like you'll hear his door open and the bathroom door close, and you're like, I missed him.
I'll hear hear his car start, and then he's going to work.
You're like, oh shit, I missed him.
Like if I want to communicate with him, I tape a note to his door.
Yeah, and then he brings the note to you, like, Mom. But so you're able to deal with them because like everyone has their own spaces.
Yeah.
And you're being left alone. Now your husband is a paramedic. I think we've talked about that before. So it's nothing for him to be going 24 or 48 hours at a time.
And I'm happy.
And you don't see him.
Right.
And you're good with that.
Now, don't think I don't like my husband.
it gives you the space that you need.
Right.
Now, when your husband is home, you're all about your husband. Yeah. Like, even I don't come over and visit.
Right.
You know, it's like when he's not there, you're not cooking as nearly as much. Like, none of that. Because, right. But when he's home, you do. Mm-hmm. You cook, you clean, you spend time with him. Like, it's all about him.
Yeah.
Well, he's off on workers' comp right now. He has hurt himself pretty badly.
He was working with a broken neck and didn't know it.
Yeah, he had. Now, we're not really sure when he broke his neck.
No, it's already healed.
Yeah, it was before. It was probably before he was fighting the crackheads. I think it was a series. Like, I think whatever he did to break his neck, then he fought those 2 crackheads.
Yeah.
And he rolled down some steps with some crackheads.
Yeah.
Okay, so he hurt himself a little bit there.
Yeah.
And then he lifted a heavy patient.
800 some pounds.
Yeah. And
so now he's got like 2 bulging discs and a herniated disc, or vice versa, something like that. There's some bulging and some herniation
going on
in the neck,
in his neck,
and it's messing with his arm.
Yeah,
giving him trouble with his arm. And so he's home on workman's comp, and I'm going insane.
Like, it's ridiculous.
Like, he followed me. Like, everybody that listens to the podcast knows that we're Trump people in my house. Yeah. It's okay if you're not, but we are.
Yeah.
And I was trying to go into the bathroom to sit on the toilet and be alone the other day.
Because I told you to do that.
Yes. He straight up followed me into the goddamn bathroom to show me a political article, which I didn't want to read. I'm not as into politics as he is.
Well, and does he not understand how phones work? He could have sent it to you, but like, hey, babe, look at this. You know?
Like, and I'll be in the bedroom. You know, I have a really tall bed.
Yeah, it's really tall. Like, I would have to climb to get onto it.
And you're 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
So, I like to lean over the edge of my bed, just lean there and play with my phone, because it stretches out my lumbar for me, and it feels amazing.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that for 10 years now, as long as I've been with him. Now I can't even stand there and be leaning over the bed, stretching out my back, because he's like, "What are you doing?"
And then he thinks you're in the perfect position.
He'll come up and like start humping me or something.
And you're like, "Listen, don't hump unless you mean it." You know.
Exactly.
But, and then, like, even, I was like, well, because you have, like, your house, like, there's no fucking reason for people to be piled up together in your house.
No, I have a nice big house.
You have a big house. It's like you and him have the TV in your bedroom. Mm-hmm. You could watch television in there.
And we even have that seat in front of the bed.
Yeah.
Where you don't have to be laying on the bed to watch TV. You can also sit.
Yeah.
On something.
Yeah. Well, then you have the den, which is yours. Like, you have laid claim to the den. Well, then there's the big living room that also, like, so the den has a TV. The big living room has a TV as well.
Which is bigger than the den TV.
Yeah, and it should be his. Like, it has the recliner in it. It has a couch in it. Like,
that has, before we even moved in, we designated that as his room.
Yeah.
That's his football TV.
It's because it's the biggest TV in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then you also have a TV and a futon and shit down in the basement. Mm-hmm. So, like, there are plenty of spaces in your house. But he has to be right where you're at.
He follows me.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate that he loves me.
Yeah. But you're used to...
I'm not used to it.
Yeah. And I told you, I was like, well, why don't you try going to the basement? Fucker followed you to the basement.
Yeah.
His neck and his arms all messed up. And he's going to traverse the steps.
He's like Quasimodo going down the steps. And
yeah.
I just...
yeah. I get it.
I don't know. I'm going to go insane.
And then, because you're not used to having to think about cooking a meal every evening, too.
No, I'm not.
Because you and your daughter, like, you can share a packet of that, like, Knorr instant rice stuff.
Yeah.
And you're good.
Yeah.
Your daughter's like, hey, let's make a box of macaroni and cheese. You share that.
It, and we're done.
And you're good. Let's put some chicken nuggets in.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of easy stuff. Well, he's a meat and taters guy.
Yes.
Like, he wants a big meal every day.
He's like, let's have some steak.
Yeah.
I'm like, we'll go find a cow.
And so, like, your house didn't have the type of foods in it for him to be home every single day. Like, you keep pork chops and stuff, but it was
like I can go buy a big package of pork chops.
Yeah.
And a package of cube steaks.
And like chicken drumsticks.
And drumsticks. That would last us, with as much as he was home, a good 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I wasn't having to buy meat very often.
And now he's like every day.
And I'm just looking at him. Like, stop eating.
Yeah. Because you don't like to cook.
I don't enjoy it, no.
You can cook, despite what they say.
I can't.
Like, you're a good cook, except for that one time that you accidentally cursed your shepherd's pie.
Oh, yeah.
And I ate it and got shits. She was making the shepherd's pie, and she's like, that should make him poop.
You were on the phone with me when I did.
So I had some leftover shepherd's pie the next day. So it wasn't like it went bad or anything like that. Man, I thought I was going to shit my brains out. And I was like, you accidentally cursed your food. Like,
ever since that happened, whenever I cook, I'm always standing there thinking, I love you. Because I don't want
to do that again. I can't afford toilet paper.
And grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Wears me out, man. Because
Yeah.
I can't ever just go shopping and be left alone. I can be walking around the store with earbuds in, and
Yeah.
I will still have people stop me and just spill their guts. People I don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
Telling me their life story. So what's a normal trip to most people, for me, is like work.
Well, and when we're together, it doesn't happen nearly as often, but when it does, it's always someone that gives you the creeps.
Uh-huh.
Because they don't care that there's someone else there. It's like, it's creepy.
Last time you met up with me in the store in Walmart, how I just yelled at somebody.
Yeah. Was that when the Halloween candy was on sale?
Yes.
Yeah. I had been in another city for work, and I was on my way back to our office, and you're like, Halloween candy's 50% off. And I'm like, fuck yeah. And I stopped, and you're like, are you allowed to? I'm like, I don't fucking care. I get a 15-minute break. I will get this candy and get out in 15 minutes.
And the candy was so picked over that there was one shelf section. I'm talking up and down.
Yeah.
Like a 5-foot section that had all the good candy in it. So I was just standing there waiting on her.
Like guarding some candy.
And this bitch came up, parked her cart right in front of that section, and was digging through all of it, and nobody else could get to it. And right as Bev was walking up, I had just yelled at that person to fucking move. Yeah,
fucking move.
I was having a day.
And then when you were asking me about, whether or not I would get in trouble for stopping at Walmart on my way back to the office, I said, I'll tell him to suck my dick. And some guy was standing there. He's like, well.
Yeah, it was an older fellow.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
So grocery shopping for me is a little bit different now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to call it a diet because I'm
not.
I'm going to have to just be this way the rest of my life.
You're eating a shit ton, so it's not a diet.
Yeah. It's more of a lifestyle change. And my stomach's growling now. It's like, yeah, I'm hungry.
Would you like for me to get you something?
Yes. Can you grab me, there should be a container of pineapple chunks right on top.
In the fridge.
In the fridge.
What utensil would you like to use?
I just use my fingers.
Well, goddamn. Okay.
Unless you want some too. Because I haven't ate out of it yet. I just cut it up this morning. Do you want some as well?
I might.
You can get a fork if you want for both of us. Or you could just use a fork, or we could both use our fingers. My hands are clean.
I know you don't have hepatitis.
Okay. So I've started a new lifestyle. It's
big. It's firm. Oh,
don't lose it.
Sorry.
So I've switched over to a whole food, plant-based, non-dairy diet, which basically means I have to try to eat everything that in its most natural, wholest form possible.
Its wholest form.
Wholest form. No butter.
I don't don't know if I could handle the no butter.
No oil. No sugar. Like refined sugars. And then lots of vegetables. Lots and lots of vegetables.
And like, we're talking pounds. She has to measure them by pounds. Like,
I eat a pound of raw vegetables a day. A pound of cooked vegetables a day. At least 3 servings of fresh fruit a day. But I can have as much as I want. Like, of any of this, if I want to eat 2 pounds of raw vegetables and 2 pounds of cooked, like, I can eat as much as I want. Those are just the minimum that I have to have. But lots of beans. And it's like, as far as like grains and stuff like that, I need to get whole grains and try to find bread that doesn't have a lot of preservatives and stuff in it. And,
I don't want to eat all your health food.
Oh, that's fine. I'll buy another one. And that's all I eat now.
You just need to look on your face.
I let that sit on the counter and get kind of ripe for a few days.
It's delicious.
So yeah, I mean, and so far I've lost, 11 pounds now.
In a week.
I started Saturday of one week, and then by Saturday of the next week, 11 pounds.
And you're eating a lot.
I'm eating a lot.
Like a shit ton.
Yeah.
And she just got over the, what do they call it? The keto flu?
Well, it's kind of like keto. I mean, because I'm not on
It's like sugar withdrawals is what it is.
Yeah, because I'm not on a keto diet. So don't think that, like, when I say keto flu, that's what I'm doing.
Basically, with her not having any sugar or carbs anymore, her body, she went through a week of feeling like she had the flu because her body is switching over from burning the sugar and carbs to actually burning fat.
Yeah.
And you do look like you're feeling a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, I had it got to a point. No, I am having some carbohydrates, but it's like it is coming from the whole grain bread. I buy Ezekiel bread because it's made with whole grains and not preservatives and things like that. And then I have old fashioned oats. I really should have like the next step up from old fashioned, because even old fashioned oats are a little processed. But I can't.
You can't go too extreme.
I can't. Those, you ever had those oats they're not, they don't even look like oats. I don't know what it is. I'll have to look it up. I can't remember what it's called, but, so that's where I'm getting like, my carbohydrates is from like that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've lost, and that's why
she was licking her hand.
I took a bite. Well, the juice was running down.
Was it?
Yes. But, cause there was a couple different things that kind of contributed to me, like being like, cause I've lost a lot of weight before. The size, like, even though I'm big now, I was like 100 pounds bigger than what I am now. I'd say about 5, maybe 6 years ago, I lost, around 150 pounds.
Yeah.
I gained 40 to 50 of that back, since then. But, everything cause like I've never smoked. I'm pretty healthy. But like everything I've ever had as an issue, I've just been able to take herbal supplements for, and it go away. Well, except for my kidney issues, but the only reason I have kidney issues is because I tried to get healthy.
Yeah.
Back when I lost all that weight the last time, a personal trainer had me doing more than what my body could handle, and the muscles in my thighs broke down and actually entered my bloodstream and ended up in my kidneys, and my kidneys couldn't process it, and I went into what's called rhabdomyolysis. I was in the hospital for 5 days, and my kidneys almost shut down, and I come close to having to be on dialysis, and it damaged them, and they're not able to work as well as they should. But that's the only medical thing that I have to take actual medicine, like from a pharmacy for. Everything else I would try to treat holistically with supplements and stuff. Well, then I started having blood pressure issues. And we tried to, you helped me find, like, take some cinnamon and some honey. Mm-hmm. And it worked a little bit.
It did work you were good for like 2 months.
Yeah. But then the problem come back. And I was like, okay, now it's time to go see my doctor and get on some medicine. Which I haven't taken my blood pressure medicine now for like 2 days.
You haven't?
No, because I wasn't sure if what I was feeling was because my blood pressure was too low, where I've lost such a drastic amount of weight, very quickly, or if it was that sickness. So I was like, well, I just won't take it for a couple of days. And I feel better, so I don't know which is the case. But I'm not feeling like my blood pressure is high, so I'm not going to do anything about it. But that's why I was like, okay, like, because I'm 38 years old, and it's only going to get harder.
Yeah.
And just the idea that I could, like, have a heart attack and die, and my poor animals eating me, and, like...
If you died, I would bring you back to life, just so I could yell at you and kill you again.
Well,
I would be mad at you.
I'm sitting here thinking, like, don't bring me... Because by the time you come over here and check on me, because now that I'm not in a full depression swing, you might give it a couple more days before I would be a mess.
Or else I would be, like, doing a seance so I could yell at you.
Yeah, well, seance, I'm okay with that. Don't bring me back to life if I've been rotten for a few days.
Shit on yourself.
Yeah. Animals eating part of me. Like... Don't do that.
Okay.
My diet now is just a lot of vegetables and fruit and beans. Jesus fucking Christ, am I eating beans?
Tofu
has been an adventure.
It was a challenge at first.
Yeah. I have found one way that I can eat tofu now.
I meant to ask you how you made that.
Well, okay, so the first time I tried the tofu, I found this recipe for tofu scramble, and it's supposed to be like scrambled eggs. Mm-hmm. Now, I love me some eggs. Like, when I was on Weight Watchers, I was eating eggs 3 or 4 times a day. Love them.
I like eggs.
So you would scramble, like, you crumbled up your tofu, and then you put this stuff called nutritional yeast in it, and that gave it, like, that yellow color and kind of gave it an eggy taste and whatever. And I was able to eat them, and it did kind of taste like eggs. Like when they make the powdered eggs, like, it kind of tasted like those. But I had a hard time with it. And I wasn't sure if I could do it again, So then I saw that, like, because it was the texture. Mm-hmm. It wasn't rubbery like scrambled eggs are. It was, I can't even describe it. But then I saw, like, if you freeze it... Now, because I put it online, how I fixed it. And after I read how I fixed this, I was like, they're going to think I'm fucking crazy.
You put it online?
Yeah, I put it on, a regular post.
Goddamn Facebook!
So you freeze it, mm-hmm. and then you thaw it. Mm-hmm. And then you open it and press all the water out of it. And you have to do that for, like, 30 minutes... to an hour, You're looking at me like how you like you take your block of tofu.
No, I'm talking about the time.
Well, it takes the time, like, to fix, like, this one, like, tofu dish. You have to freeze it and then thaw it. Okay, and then I cut it into 4 patties, each block into 4 patties, and then I put it on paper towels and press it between some heavy plates for 30 minutes to an hour. And then I put it in a Ziploc bag with some marinade and let it marinate overnight. And then the next day, it's ready to be fixed. And I was sitting there thinking, like, anyone reading that, they're like, okay, why? I'm going to freeze it to thaw it out. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to press all of the water out of it to put more back in it when I marinate it.
Yeah.
But it worked. Okay. So I marinated it. I'm going to have to find, because, like, when because I did the click and pull order when I first started the diet for all my diet stuff. And I had asked for liquid smoke, which doesn't have a high, it has a high sodium content, but not nearly as high as what they ended up all giving me because they didn't have liquid smoke. They gave me just a smoky marinade in general. And, like, the sodium level on this marinade is fucking high.
Really?
Really high. Like, I'm going to have to find a way to do something different. But I marinated it in that smoky, marinade. And then I put it on my George Foreman grill until it was really brown. And it kind of had the same texture as McDonald's hamburger patties. But just a little dry.
I thought you'd made, when you sent me that picture, I thought you were eating, cinnamon toast or something.
No, that was tofu with smoky marinade on it.
Was it good?
Oh, it was really good. And I was sitting there eating it thinking, this would be good with, lettuce and tomato. On some bread.
I like veggie burgers. Like the vegetarian burgers you get from Burger King.
Yeah.
I really like
those. That texture that you get with those? It was kind of like that. Mm-hmm. But it was just a little more dried out than that. Huh. But it was... so I can stand it.
Yeah.
And I froze some more last night. It's thawing today. And if it gets squishy today, I'll... because it has to be completely thawed. I'll cut it, press it, and marinate it overnight, and then tomorrow I'll fix a bunch just to have in the fridge, to pull out and have,
So, I have a complaint.
Okay.
You know how I'm set up to work? My job that I do, it's the only job I do, is tarot readings online.
Yeah.
In my computer, everybody knows, because we've talked about it, it's set up in my den.
Yeah.
And my husband has been planting his butt in my recliner, blasting my TV.
Yep. Which is right by your computer.
Watching really stupid shit. I mean, it's stupid to me because I'm a female.
Yeah.
I mean, some females I'm not going to be PC. Fuck that. Never mind. It's stupid. Watching other people buy expensive cars at auctions. How is that enjoyable in any way, shape, or form?
He probably feels the same way about Say Yes to the Dress.
Fuck that. That's entertaining.
Watching other people buy expensive dresses.
I like watching Randy.
Yeah.
When you get married, we have to drive to New York and have you an appointment. Even if you don't buy a dress, I just want to meet Randy.
Okay.
And that's the only way I can get in there.
Well, we're going to have to wait for me to be on this diet for a little bit longer for me to be able to fit into anything offered on those fucking shows.
That's fine.
Okay.
Plus, we have to get you a fiance.
Well, yeah, and it has to be a good guy.
Or we can pretend.
Yeah, we could.
But, I don't know. And so I'm sitting there trying to work, and there's somebody in the background. And I'm like, oh my God. So now, I haven't even been working as much as normal.
Oh.
Because I feel like I'm losing my mind when I'm sitting there trying to work.
Yeah. And that's going to hurt your guys' because, the way that you guys survived was his overtime. Mm-hmm. And now he can't work overtime because he's on comp.
Right.
So, you need to be working.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to kill him. I love him, but I'm going to kill him.
And, he only listens to half of what you tell him.
I know.
Because you bought a new computer for your job. Mm-hmm. And when you bought it, it was it's on sale. It's a really good deal. There's nothing wrong with the one you're using.
No, I wanted to be able to be in more than one room.
Yeah, and then you're I'll put it in the basement, and I'll have 2 different opportunities, And he heard you say that you needed a desk to put down there. Because right now you don't have anything to put it on down there.
No, it's sitting on a bookshelf.
And for Christmas, he gets you the computer chair, but not the desk.
Right.
And he doesn't understand why you're not using
the basement
computer. And you're how am I going to sit at it? What, am I going to put the keyboard in my lap? And
I have to be able to have the keyboard in a good position because I can type.
Yeah.
But you can't type like that. Well, me personally anyway, with a fucking keyboard in my lap.
You're going to have to get another one of those keyboards because I can't use your keyboard because it's all fucked up.
No, it's ergonomic.
I can't use it because it's all fucked up.
Because it's ergonomic. It's built to prevent carpal tunnel. It keeps your wrist.
You're going to have to get yourself a wireless keyboard that's like that. You're going to see the difference when you try to type on that one down there.
It'll probably hurt my hands, won't it?
Yeah. So, he just doesn't understand why and she's like, how am I going to fucking use it?
Yeah.
And you have a card table that you're well, go to the garage, find the card table, bring it in, and I'll use that in the meantime. Swears up and down he can't fucking find that table in there.
I even asked my son.
It has to be in there.
It has to be in there.
I bet you and I could go in and find it.
I bet you could walk in there and within 2 minutes you found it.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
So that's the kind of stuff you're dealing with.
I'm frustrated. I don't handle change very well. Yeah. I really don't. I freak out. I get anxiety.
Yeah.
I like to have a specific routine.
Yeah.
And my routine has been fucked up.
Well, I can tell you one thing that you can look forward to. The next masquerade. Because we had so much fun at the previous masquerade, at the Yule masquerade.
The only way to describe myself at the masquerade is I was fucked up.
Yeah, you were. You were, because we brought our own alcohol. Originally, I mean, we were always going to bring our own alcohol, but like originally the masquerade was supposed to be set up to where you pay your cover charge, and everything was going to be provided. They were going
food and alcohol.
Food and alcohol was going to be open bar. You know. Now we understand why people couldn't pay it. We understand that, and we were actually the ones like, okay, let's lower the price. Mm-hmm. Because it was right before Christmas and it's winter and people's gas bills and you know, Christmas presents and stuff. So we get it. But because of that, there wasn't nearly as much food or drink to be had. So we brought our own alcohol. We bought some White Russians for you and I. And then it was salted caramel vodka. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We were just drinking that straight.
Yeah. And then, of course, I bought a great big old box of PBR. Because I was like, you know what? I'm not going to spend a lot of money on beer. Because I don't drink beer.
I don't either.
And I was like, you know, if people wanted better beer, then they can bring better beer.
Yeah.
Here's some PBR as your consolation prize.
Which, you're so passive-aggressive sometimes.
I am. So we had our own alcohol, and no one touched our White Russians. But at one point in the night, Miss Thang over here...
Well, who wants warm vodka? So I was keeping our vodka...
in the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she realized that someone else is drinking it. She confirms with me that I haven't been drinking it.
Mm-hmm. I was mad.
She was mad. So she's at that point, she starts carrying it with her just all night. Just by the neck, curled up in her arm, cuddling it like a baby at some point.
Hugging it,
licking it. The more she drank from it, and I think it's because it was readily there, she drank more and more and more. She started calling it her cowboy. She's like, "This is my cowboy. This is my cowboy."
It was fantastic.
We had a good time, though. There was a dance competition. Lady Gwendolyn won the dance competition.
Yeah.
Let me tell you guys, I think you'd be hard pressed to find someone who could beat her ass at dancing.
I can't move that fast.
Holy fuck balls, Batman. She was fucking dancing.
You guys told me to be in the competition. I'm like, okay. She starts dancing.
You bowed out.
I didn't even try. I just stood there and watched her. Like, what's happening? Let's go.
You forgot to dance. Yeah, so she won that. I won the costume contest.
Yeah.
I was pretty,
you were pretty witchy looking.
I was pretty witchy looking, and I was very, like, determined.
I was just bedazzled.
Yeah, I had horns.
Yeah.
And we had done some blue,
design thing.
like henna designs on my hands, and I had these, like, pointy nails, and I was in black. It was a good party, but I won the costume.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did. We had a lot of fun. There was plenty of just sitting around talking. There was dancing. And
I don't remember sitting around talking.
Yeah, we tried to do a seance at the very end of the night. Like, it was after the official party was over, and, like, most people had went home. It was kind of the core group of us. And
I blame me and Shandy for the failed seance.
But we were drunk, though. Like, we really not.
I was shit-faced. I was fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really was.
You know,
You're like, I can't deny it.
Yeah.
Chris said they could hear me laughing, like...
Oh, yeah.
All through the house.
Yeah. I was like, that's my friend. So we're really looking forward to the next masquerade. There's going to be one...
My liver is, too.
Yeah. There's going to be one... Is it the first Saturday in May?
I believe so. It's like May 2nd or something.
Yeah, it's May 2nd, I think.
I'll check my calendar.
Yeah.
If I can find it from where I fucked up my apps yesterday.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to be...
May 2nd.
May 2nd.
It's the first Saturday of the month, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's going to be fun, and if you guys...
my birthday's on a Saturday.
Whoop, whoop. If you haven't... Mine's in the middle of the week, I think.
Yeah, it is.
If you haven't, if you didn't make it to the Yule Masquerade, please, like, go online. You can, is it just called the 2020 Beltane Masquerade? Is that what it's?
I don't remember.
Can you go on Facebook and search for it?
Yeah, real quick. What's your birthday again?
June 26th.
That's what I thought. No, you're on a Friday.
Oh, woo woo.
Okay.
Facebook?
Where's Facebook? Oh, I put it in a folder.
Jesus. Is it the 2020 Masquerade?
How do I find it?
Go to search at the top.
Yeah.
Put 2020 Masquerade and see if one for Beltane pops up.
Beltane Masquerade 2020.
Beltane Masquerade 2020 is what you would search for.
And Beltane is spelled B-E-L. On this, it's B-E-L-T-A-N-E.
Yeah. There's a couple different ways to spell Beltane.
Yeah, you can't even... Nobody can pick on anybody for how they spell Beltane.
Beltane.
Because everybody spells it different.
Well, and there are different ways of spelling it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not just, you're dumb and you don't know how to spell it. Like,
right.
There's different ways of spelling it. There's, like, B-E-L-T-A-I-N-E, I think, or...
See, I spell it B-E-L-T-A-I-N.
Okay, yeah.
Some people put an E on the end of that.
Yeah. So, it doesn't matter. But that's it. You can find it on Facebook and join there. They'll talk about how much the cover charge will be. Pay the cover charge, guys. Like, if you think it's a lot, like, you're really going to get a lot for it. Like, there's going to be alcohol. Like, what place do you know that you don't have to pay for your drinks?
We had so much fun.
Yeah, and then, like, there'll be food. Now, there was, like, I think they did some, like, wieners and meatballs and cheese.
Wiener things?
Yeah, and then, like,
those aren't wieners. Those are sausages.
Whatever. They did,
that sounds so hillbilly.
Wieners.
We had crock-pot wieners.
Because crock-pot sausages is so much better.
The little cocktail.
Little Smokies.
Yeah.
There was finger sandwiches.
Every single one of those little cocktail sausage things was gone.
Yeah.
Like, we killed them.
Yeah.
There was cookies out the ass.
Cookies. Yeah. So, I mean, like, it was a good spread for what they could do with the money that they ended up getting.
Yeah.
But, like, the one for Beltane's going to be a lot bigger because there's no reason for you not to be able to pay your fucking cover charge between now and May.
Yeah.
And, so we're going to have fun. It's going to be a good party.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
It's going to be a good party.
I'm going to be embarrassed to be laughing and stuff this time.
No, we'll just get a few drinks. I'll have you drink on the way there.
Oh, thanks.
So that when you get there,
that's legal.
When you get there, well, you'll be, as long as you're not driving. Are you allowed to have open containers in the car in West Virginia? No?
I don't think so.
Well, we'll put it in a cup with a straw.
I used to go to work that way.
Yeah.
With amaretto mixed with Coke.
Yeah.
In a cup.
There you go.
Not when I was working with you.
No, I know that because we were always together.
But years ago,
yeah,
I was like, this is the only way I can cope.
So, it's going to be fun.
I plan on just being sparkly again.
I've got some ideas for my costume.
Because, I'm not competitive at all.
Oh, I want to win.
You're like the competitive person.
I want to win the costume contest.
And I have zero aspirations for winning.
Yeah.
I don't want to be let down, so I don't even try. But so I got 1,800 face gems.
Yeah.
Sticky gems.
Oh my gosh.
Now I'm not going to wear 1,800 face.
And you still have the glue that you used.
Yeah.
I found one of your gems on my belly when I got home that night. I was taking off my costume and I was like, wait, what? I don't know how one of your face jewels got on my stomach.
I don't either.
It might have been when I was in that little tiny bathroom.
Shandy's going again.
Yes.
Shandy had fun.
Yeah.
And he said he's going to throw down this time. And he's going to drink.
Good. I think he was just kind of feeling us out.
Well, it's a good thing he didn't drink a lot, because he said he ended up being like my parent and keeping an eye on me the rest of the night.
You were so drunk you couldn't find a light switch.
In the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm like, Shandy!
He's like, come help me.
And the look on Ben's face when I came and got Shandy, I'm like, Shandy, I need your help in the bathroom. Ben's face was like, what the fuck is happening? And Shandy didn't even question. She's just like, okay.
See, and I needed legit help in the bathroom. Because, like, the bathroom, the one on the lower level of the haunted Heyman house, it's like a little tiny fucking closet. Like, when you sit down on the toilet, your knees are under the sink.
Yeah.
Like, that's how tiny it is.
I'm only 5'4", and that's a small bathroom for me.
Yeah, can you imagine me getting in there with my size and my height?
Yeah.
Okay, so add horns to me. Because I had horns on in my costume. So I'm a little drunk. And I get in there to use the bathroom, and my horns are beating off the side of the wall as I'm trying. Because, I've got my dress on, too. So I'm like, I need to try to make sure that I pull all the dress to the front when I sit down so it doesn't end up in the toilet, So I'm sitting there and trying to maneuver that dress, and my horns are scraping on the wall, and my head's getting stuck. And
how did I end up with your horns on at one point?
I put them on your head.
Okay, because I know there's a picture of me doing something weird, and I had horns on.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing the picture the other day. I'm like, wait, I don't remember wearing those horns.
So I finally get sitting on the toilet, and I'm just laughing. Like, I am just laughing like there's, like, laughing gas has been released or something. Mm-hmm. So I pee, and then I'm like, okay, I, take care of business. I'm like, okay, now I got to get back up with the horns. And the horns are getting caught again, and I just started laughing. I come tripping out of the bathroom laughing. People are looking at me like, what the fuck? It was fun, though.
I had a good time.
It was really fun.
The pictures show me doing things, and videos show me doing things I don't recall doing. And I wasn't so drunk that I wouldn't remember what happened. I don't think I've ever been that drunk. But.
And we caught a ghost on film.
We did.
There are one person who says that it's not a ghost, but everyone else agrees. That there was no one else at the party who looked like that. It was an older man with wrinkles and everything. And so that's pretty fucking cool.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
It was a ghost.
Yeah. So I think that's it for our rambling.
Okay.
I think that's it. You have family that's going to be at your home soon.
Yes.
And that's why you run over. You're like, we're going to do it real quick. I'm like, okay.
Like, I'm still wearing what I slept in.
Yeah. Now, I have showered because I've been up since 6.
You've done a lot more for yourself than I have.
And I'm dressed with clean clothes. Now, I didn't wash my hair, but I got to wash it tomorrow for work, so. All right. So, guys, you can find us on the internet at featherandbone.net. There you have access to the Facebook group, all kinds of different stuff. I need to go put the, because I haven't updated the events page on that in a while.
You haven't done anything on there.
I haven't done anything on it in a while.
Haven't put any lessons up? Nothing.
Well, the lessons, that's something we'll talk about in another podcast. That's going to be done a little differently. I'm talking to the girls over at the Heyman House about using the Heyman House to offer in-person lessons. So,
do I have to go?
No, unless you want to, just to get away.
If he's home much longer on
top. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I'll put more information. We'll put more information out there once.
I might go with you just so I can go upstairs and sit on the toilet alone.
Or you don't have to be on the toilet in that house.
I could go upstairs, lay on the bed, and read a book.
Yeah,
be like
you
guys. Throughout your class, you'll keep hearing me scream, "I'm alone!"
Yeah,
yes.
And we'll be like, "That's just the ghosts. That's just the ghosts." Anyway. So we're going to sign off. Remember, it's magic, motherfuckers.